Alright, so the Lakers are on a five-game win streak right now. They're playing the Hawks tonight or this morning, wherever you are. And obviously that has been fueled by obviously Luka averaging 40 points, 9 assists. Is it 9 assists? Yep, 9 assists, 11 rebounds. And then you see you've had like really good production from a lot of the Austin Reeves and DeAndre Ayton who have really come through and with a lot of good scoring performances in the past few games. And I think one of the coolest things that I've really appreciated watching the Lakers, or that I was surprised to see, is how gritty that they are playing. Is how even though they have like the points, Lucas, if anyone is giving you close to 50 points a night, you're going to win a lot more games than you're going to lose. But the way that they are playing and how gritty that they are is very foreign to me when I've come to think about the Lakers, and it is like when you watch this team and the culture that JJ Redick has implemented and has kind of like cultivated the through the coaching style that he brings, through the players that he has brought in, it is they have cultivated a system which is like built on really being on hustling for everything. Every player is working their ass off to on the defensive end, but also on the offensive end. If you're not screening, you're crashing the board. If you're not crashing the board, you're making sure that you are in a space to take the open threes. If you're not taking the open threes, you're driving as hard as you can. Like there's so many moving parts and there's so many things which require so much effort that has like I think it is very that's one of the most impactful things that the Lakers have implemented this season, beyond just having the star players. Because I think that a lot of times what we've seen in the past when they've brought in good players is that they've often lacked the effort. I think you have someone like not only Russ, not the season after that where they brought in the Carmelo Anthony's, they brought in that it was basically like the old squad. They brought in what else did they bring? They brought in Montrez Harrell and all of these players. Like all of these players are good players, but there's a certain level of effort and how that impacts winning that they didn't have. And I think that for this team, you are seeing the introduction of Marcus Smart, Jack LaRavia, and these are players who are not only good in terms of like being good players, but the effort that they bring impacts winning in very tangible ways. I was listening to numbers on the board, and Pierre was saying that that Marcus Smart is basically like a plus 13 when on the defensive end when he's on and off on off numbers. And it's like, bro, when you look at the game, Marcus Smart is making at least 5 plays on the defensive side of just like simple things, of not even simple things, but like those marginal things that you never think about, getting charges, getting like offensive fouls. Those simple things that like that just those that build up, that create advantages on the margins, have been so key. And one of the things I've really appreciated as well is also how players like Rui Hachimura are literally shining this season. I think he's averaging, giving you 60 points, he's giving you 60% from the field, 47% from the 3 point line, literally. And when you watch him, I think they said that speaking about him a lot in the broadcast, but like how he doesn't miss. Like he's been such a safety valve for Luka as he's driving. I think you saw that behind the back pass from Luka on the baseline. And I think it's those passes that literally like when playing next to good players requires more effort. Playing next to good players, especially like star players, requires so much effort, because there's a lot of standing around for the most part. But for him to bring that, his skill level, but also his high IQ, to be able to play next to Luca and Austin Reeves, it says so much, honestly, about Rui Hachimura, and how even though he's being a star in his role, he's being a star with the number of attempts. I think he has like four 3 point attempts, bro. Four is crazy, but like he's making the most of it, and that is so cool to see. And then you have someone like DeAndre Ayton who's had like I think a double double in like his past few games. apart from maybe one when he went out early or something. And the fact that he has been so impactful, like he's bringing so much energy to that five position that has been sorely missing. And with someone like Luca, who literally thrives on the pick and roll, who thrives on creating mismatches, who thrives on creating chaos off the pick and roll, it is so powerful to see. It's so impactful to see DeAndre Ayton kind of like going back to that, was it that 2021 mold where they went to the finals with the Suns. So seeing him like literally like putting those pieces together back together again after the failed move to Portland is really really nice to see. And then I really wanted to talk about how for certain teams, right, there's the Lakers. Why I'm very happy that they are a gritty team is because for a team like the Lakers, it can be very easy for good performances to become worse, for bad performances to become worse, for good performances to become great. Because some certain teams and certain franchises, like the New York Knicks, the just over across board, teams like Man United, like let's think about the New England Patriots in the NFL and things like that. There are or the Cowboys as well. There are certain teams that don't deal in just like normal performances. They're not normal. Like they deal in extremes. So every performance is always tuned up to the max. It's always tuned up to 10. And so seeing the culture, I really wanted to make a point and that the mental side of things when it comes to playing with certain franchises like these, it requires much more. And so I really appreciate that the type of players that they've gone to this season and the type of culture that they've brought in is one that is like built on it's this is a team that feels like it is not playing to the LA crowd, if that makes sense. It's not trying to be cute. It's trying to literally make sure Luke gets as many points as he can, but it's going to bludgeon you as much as possible. It's going to play as hard as possible every possession. And that is something which is really required on a team like this, because the defense, if this team doesn't, the effort wins. Effort is as 90% of defense, and so seeing this team put in that effort is so impactful. I think that that's what I really appreciate to them, especially in a market like Los Angeles. And then development watch. I wanted to speak about two players specifically that I have really that I've really appreciated their development, and the first was Jackson Hayes. I think that for most of the offseason and especially the in that series against the Timberwolves, Jackson Hayes was looking rough. And not only was he looking rough, but it also felt like there's a bit of tension between him and JJ Redick, where you I was very surprised when they brought him back. But his development and his ability and his development this offseason and how he has come through and literally been such a force in the on the court with Luka, with their lineups with him and Luka, and they are not afraid to put him and what's his name, Reeves, and everything. The fact that he has earned JJ Redick's trust to be able to play a high number of minutes, be a solid backup center for this team. I think it says a lot, and I think it says a lot about where what's his name, Jackson Hayes has developed his game. Like he's more assured in his screens. He's more